how to buy an investment-grade corporate bond on Schwab that will pay you 5% plus for at least the next 5 years. That's what we'll be talking about in today's video. Hello, members, super savers, and bond course fans. I hope you're having a good week. This video is for the folks in our community who are interested in moving beyond treasuries to investment-grade corporate bonds for a bit of a higher yield, which is particularly timely now that the Fed has begun to lower rates. Now, everyone's financial journey is different, and everyone's definition of what's best is also different. So what I'll be showing you today is how you can use the tools on Schwab's website to find and buy what you feel are the best new issue corporate bonds on Schwab for your individual expectations, goals, and circumstances. And I'll also be sharing a few personal tips on how you might be able to uncover some hidden gems of your own as the bond market continues its roller coaster ride, because the new issue corporates we've seen in recent weeks have changed slightly. More on this when we get through the tutorial. If you're with Fidelity and or watching this video out of curiosity to compare online brokerage platforms, I've linked our recent how to buy corporate bonds on Fidelity video in the first pinned comment below for your convenience. Bond beginners, folks, please refer back to Module 10 on corporate bonds if you need a brush up on anything we'll be covering today. As usual, here's our front of video disclaimer. For a detailed disclaimer, please refer to the end of this video. Let's dive in now, folks. First, let's log in. Here we can see the summary page for my accounts. Let's click on Research up here and select Bonds, CDs, and Fixed Income from the pull-down menu. This will take me to this Fixed Income Offerings page. I'll click on Find Bonds and Fixed Income here. And here is the Find Bond screen that appears next. Now I'll select New Issues here. And this will take me to the Find New Issues page. I'll click on this little arrow here, and from the pull-down menu, I'll select Retail Notes. A retail note is basically a corporate bond that can be purchased directly from the issuer at par, usually in increments of $1,000, with no accrued interest or markups. Retail notes can feel a bit easier to buy than normal bonds on many more retail-oriented platforms like Schwab, Vanguard, and Fidelity. And like with Fidelity, retail notes do seem to be a main focus on Schwab's online platform. You can buy other types of corporate bonds via Schwab as well, but the process is quite different. For example, you will have to call and speak with a fixed income specialist to place your order. So let's set that aside for today and stick with the retail notes that can be purchased online. Let's scroll down so we can see a bit more. I'll put a 1 here because all I want to buy today is $1,000 of corporate bonds. $1,000 is also the minimum purchase requirement. Then I'll click on this box to select a minimum maturity date, and this pull-down menu appears. Let's assume I want a corporate bond with a minimum maturity date of 5 years from now and a maximum maturity date of 20 years from now. In this instance, I would put 2029 here and set this to December 2044 here. Here I can select the minimum yield to maturity and the coupon frequency, but I'll leave these blank in this instance so that we have a longer list to choose from. And under ratings, I have the option to search by Standard & Poor's and Moody's. I'll leave this as either because I don't have a strong preference here. A- for S&P and A3 for Moody's seems to be Schwab's default search setting. But you can change this to whatever risk category you're comfortable with. I'm going to click on this arrow and select BBB- for the S&P rating, their official lower boundary for investment grade. And then I'll click on this arrow and select Baa3, the official lower boundary for investment grade at Moody's. Because again, I want to widen our search a bit so that you can see all the new issues that are available at the time of this taping. Bond beginners, folks, please refer to Module 2, Video B on credit risk if you want to download this table or print it out. Going back to our search screen, we can see this credit watch here. I'm going to leave this as any, but for your information, credit watch refers to whether there may be a potential change in the issuer's rating. And you can use these two boxes here to screen out companies that may be watch negative, meaning they may potentially be downgraded soon by the credit agency in question. Moving on now, let's click on non-callable so that I can show you what the non-callable search results look like. Now let's scroll down and click View Search Results. And here you can see that there are only 3 new issue non-callable bonds that meet our search criteria, and their yields are in the 4s only. As our Diamond Nest Egg regulars know, non-callable bonds typically yield a bit less than callable ones. So let's go back to the previous screen. Uncheck this non-callable box and check callable instead. And let's click on View Search Results again. And our list has grown substantially as expected. I'll click on Yield to Maturity to sort this list from highest yield to lowest yield. And we can see that the highest yielding callable corporate bond at the time of this taping is this one from Deutsche Bank with a coupon of 5.5% and a maturity of 20 years from now. Now, here's where things start to get interesting and we can start searching for some gems. Let's click on it to get more information. And this screen will appear showing the CUSIP, issuer, credit ratings, and other data. If we click here, we can even see the most recent report from Moody's on Deutsche Bank. Let's scroll down to this area that has more details about this bond's call features. And we can see that this bond is callable semi-annually beginning on September 30th, 2026. And if I click on this box here, I can see the full call schedule with September 30th, 2026 as the first call date at par. What this means is that in the worst case scenario, I'll get paid my 5.5% coupon on this bond every year for the next 2 years. And in the best case scenario, if this bond gets called after September 30th, 2026, I'll get my 5.5% coupon for even longer. As a point of reference, here's where the 2-year Treasury closed at the time of this taping. That's quite a difference in yield if you're willing to move up the risk spectrum a bit. And if you want an investment-grade corporate with an above 5% yield for even longer than 2 years. Then check out this one from Goldman Sachs, which is still available at the current time. Let's click on it to see more. Again, here's the CUSIP, issuer, credit ratings, and latest Moody's credit report. And if I scroll down, I can see the maturity date and coupon. The coupon is fixed and paid annually. Here we have some relevant settlement and coupon payment dates. And here we have the price of $100 per $100 par value. As I mentioned earlier, this is a retail note, so it's always priced at par value. And here we see that the minimum purchase requirement is $1,000 par value, and the incremental purchase amount is also $1,000 par value. And if we scroll down further, we can see that this bond is callable quarterly. But the first call date is in 5 years only on September 30th, 2029. I can click here to see the full call schedule with September 30th, 2029 as the first call date at par. And again, what this means is that in the worst case scenario, I'll get paid my 5.1% coupon on this bond every year for the next 5 years. And in the best case scenario, if this bond gets called after September 30th, 2029, I'll get my 5.1% coupon for even longer. And that's what I meant when I said at the beginning of this video that the new issue corporates we've seen in recent weeks have changed slightly. There is a wider difference in the coupons that are available. Plus, some of them may have call dates that can extend further out into the future, like this Goldman Sachs one. For those of you who might be wondering, yes, we did need to click through each of these bonds to find the first call date on each one. I wish there was an easier way, but I haven't found a function to screen out those with earlier call dates. But it is what it is, and so let's say that I like this Goldman bond, in which case I would click on Buy. This will take me to this Enter Order screen. I'll select the account I want to purchase this bond in. Check everything here for accuracy. Then I'll scroll down here and enter $1,000 par value. I'll leave this as limit and fill or kill. While not really relevant in this case because this is a retail note and the price has been set at par value, a limit order at this price generally means that Schwab will only buy this bond for me if they can get me this price or better. And fill or kill means that if Schwab cannot fill this order immediately and fully, the order will be canceled in its entirety. Now, let's click on Review Order. And this Verify Order screen appears next. Again, I'll check everything for accuracy. Then I'll scroll down and we can see here that my estimated total cost is $1,000. There is no estimated markup because Schwab does not charge a fee for buying new issue corporate bonds online. And there's no accrued interest because this is a retail note and retail notes do not have accrued interest. And once I'm good to go, I'll click on Place Order. And voila, that's how you can search for and buy some new issue corporate bonds on Schwab that some might consider hidden gems. And of course, remember that interest earned on corporate bonds that are purchased in a taxable brokerage account are subject to federal, state, and local income taxes. All right, members, super savers, and bond course fans, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And if you want to learn even more about bond investing and how to build your bond portfolio before rates could potentially go down further, then check out this video here on our 2024 bond courses. I've also linked all the details on our bond courses and YouTube Super Saver membership below this video for your convenience. See you again very soon with more brand new wealth building content for your financial journey.